So guys, another video. Hi, how is it going? Um, this is going to be a video where I'm going to be talking about what were my symptoms and how I started feeling better from PFS. So basically, how it happened was like in 2012, 2011, 2012, I took this drug. For 1 year, I took it, and when I took it, I remember for the first week there were no symptoms, as I was working and I was involved in my work and stuff like that. So I didn't notice any symptoms, but at the end of the week when I was with my friends and I was enjoying the weekend, I got this sense of coldness almost like my body is not warm anymore, and like something's leaving out of my body. That's the kind of feeling I would describe it, like something left my body. Um, and so then at that point at that point of time, I wasn't actually I just gotten out of college, and that was my first job I was working, so I ended up leaving that job because I wanted to do something else, so I left the job. So I was at home, and um, I was facing pretty bizarre symptoms with finasteride, like that feeling that I just told you, right? The warmth leaving my body, and then the brain fog, almost like you're like kind of like out of body experience, like you're you're watching yourself out from outside your body, right? It's a weird feeling. That's I will never forget that feeling, because that's the first time in my life I felt like that, and it was pretty bizarre. So what I did was, for 1 week I took that drug and then I quit it, because I was also facing some erection problems. Um, so what would happen was, like, now I was a pretty active, sexually I was pretty active. I had a high sexual drive, pretty high. I would say like more higher than usually people have. So I was a pretty sexually active and horny as fuck I was. So so I instantly knew, when mm, that part of my personality got hampered with that drug. So I instantly recognized that there was something wrong, and I quit the drug. After quitting the drug, I went to the doctor who prescribed me this pill, and I told him about this. I'm facing this issue, and he told me, "Oh, only 2% of men get these issues, and if you continue on this drug, they will subside." And honestly, I didn't know where to take that risk, so I quit the drug. So then he prescribed me. So I told him, I'm not going to go and take this drug. So is there anything else I can take? So he prescribed me some, multivitamins and some Sopalmeto, which is also an 5-alpha reductase inhibitor. So I took that drug, and I wasn't facing any issue, any such issue like that, which I was facing with finasteride. So that was that. So I continued on that track, but I wasn't seeing any growth on my scalp with saw palmetto. It wasn't actually halting any progression. It wasn't doing anything for me. So I stuck to that for around 9 months, and so then what happened was, I wasn't seeing any result, and I was getting pretty anxious. As a young man in his 20s, when you're losing ground, you get pretty anxious, and you want results, you want some answers. So I decided to take that drug, and decided to basically go through the hell, which I was reading on the columns on the articles. So for the first month when I took that drug, it was bizarre. I wasn't getting any sleep. Um, um, I was pretty, that brain fog thing continued for another 3 weeks after, my second stint with finasteride. Um, but then I started noticing, my erection. So I basically stuck with that drug, and after 1.5, 2 months, I think my erections were kind of okay. I thought maybe, this is kind of like my body getting used to this and it'll be fine. And so I took that drug and stuck on that drug for another 1 year. After 1 year, so that's the mental symptom, but the physical symptoms, I tell you, I had like huge bag under my eyes, right? Black. These were black. There's still some, but this is because of me working late night, possibly because of that. But they were so bad at one point, like they were like permanent goggles almost, as many people have described it in the Reddit columns and Reddit articles. So permanent goggles I had, and my face was swollen. I had like this, you know, um, pretty saggy chest. No, I wouldn't say I had gynecomastia or something like that, but I had saggy chest. I could feel my nipples being sensitive. Um, I would also get sometimes very sensitive emotionally, and it was bizarre. Um, so after 1 year sticking to this drug, um, and not being able to keep my hair is what persuaded me kind of to not go through with this, because I wasn't seeing the result I was getting at the start, and I was also losing hair, so it was no point continuing with this. And basically I left it. So when I left it is when the crash happened, and that was really, really bad. That was the most pathetic time of my life. I will never would want to visit or would want anything close like that to ever happen to anybody. um, it was so um, like that anxiety was so high, sleepless nights. um, you're questioning everything that you do. Even when you speak, um, you are questioning yourself. Did I say something wrong? You you're just out of your mind at that point of time, right? I believe many of you who have gone through this, you would second my opinion on this. But it was so bizarre, and it was just, and that continued for at least 1.5 years, 1.5 to 2 years. So this was my story. Luckily I got out of it. Took a lot of hard work. I busted my ass off. I could have been doing something else. I wasted 1.5, 2 years of that time. I could have concentrated on my career. I would have been somewhere else. But yeah, that's life. But luckily I got out of it, and now I'm pretty much normal. I would say I am not sexually 100% there, but it's not like I was during the crash, and following 1.5 to 2 years, the bad state I was in, the pathetic state of mind, physically, and yeah, just everything got better at once. And thank God. And Thanks to my willpower that I stuck. I knew that I what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go. So that's my plan. That's the other video that I was talking. I was saying, what protocols I followed to get better, and I hope that people follow that protocol to get better instead of pumping themselves with more steroids, useless supplements, which will make your condition worse. So please, please, please do not go the steroid route. Because I've seen many videos, people promoting, oh, you take this to do this. They are not doctors, man. They are not doctors. They don't know shit. You know, they are just experimenting with themselves, and it's possible that some things might have worked for them, but it's not necessarily is going to work for you. Everybody is different. But the one thing is going to work for you is staying natural and sticking to your diet, sticking to your exercise plan, and not giving up on yourself. The mentality, that has to be there for you to get better. Weak ass people are not going to get better. I'm sorry to say. Weak ass people are not going to get better. If they are going to seek shortcuts, there is no shortcut out of this. I'm so sorry. There is no cure. There isn't anything that's going to help you but yourself. I promise you, you're going to come out of this a better human being, a more calmer human being, a more passionate human being, and you're going to find someone. Don't think like you're going to have sex ever. If somebody is not in a relationship, and if they are thinking their life is spoiled, no, this is not the end of your life. This is the beginning of your life. Treat it like a beginning, like a new beginning. And and just trust yourself, man. You can do this. I did it. It wasn't easy, but this is the decision that we took. This is the repercussion that we have to you know you have to bear. So don't be disheartened, and don't just put yourself down and just think that this is the end of the world. This is not the end of the world. Thanks so much. Take care.